All right, today we are doing chapter 2, lesson 7. We're talking about discount. Before we begin, let's talk about the vocab. What is a discount? Go for it. Okay, so we pay less, right? A discount is basically like we don't pay the full amount. Liam. Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys really quick the vocabulary, okay? Discount and markdown, same math that's going to happen for this, just two different definitions. A discount is usually like either you work there and you get an employee discount, which means you pay less, or somebody you know works there, or they're having a sale kind of thing. A markdown is also more of a sale, but it's usually like this item's been sitting on the shelf for months and nobody's buying it, and we just want to get rid of it. So you guys ever seen a clearance section at a store? Every item is there. Every item that's been there has a markdown. They've been marked down. They've been discounted. It's just a different connotation. So a discount sounds a little bit more like, oh, I'm getting a discount because I'm either a member or I know somebody that works there kind of thing. And a markdown is nobody wants this. Let's get rid of this kind of thing. They're both discounts. They're both paying less. Same math that you're going to use, but it's just a different definition. Okay, so if you see a discount or a markdown, doesn't matter. It's the same thing. Okay? So let's talk discounts. Again, discounts are usually when there's something on sale. So for example, group 3, give me an item that we would want to buy. Somebody's going to go shopping for an item. What is that item? Somebody at group 3, come up with an item. Okay, let's pick a specific item of clothing. Okay, how much would you pay for a shirt? Okay. So this is the original price of the item, okay? If we go into a store, like Kohl's or something, and there's a sale going on, and they say, group 4, give me a percentage. What's the sale going to be? How much off? 15%? Okay. I heard 15. And the word I'm going to use here is off, okay? There are two different methods, and it really depends on what the question is asking you, okay? Same as the last time with the sales tax and stuff. Same type of question. So, for example, let's say this person is going into the store, going to buy a $20 shirt, but it's 15% off. I'm going to ask you for two things. Number one, how much are they saving? Nice, Carlos. Okay, let's not kick the calculator, please. First thing is they want to know how much you're saving, and the second thing is how much are you paying total. So let me walk you through this. This is our what? Let's recap. What is this known as right here? The 15% off is our what, ladies and gentlemen? Everybody? So this is how much you're going to save or not pay, okay? This $20 represents what? The original price. You said original, right? Okay, the original price. Remember, that's how much it usually is when it's not on sale or we don't get a discount. We're getting a 15% discount. So to figure out how much I save, I'm going to figure out what 15% of 20 is. We're going to use what method, ladies and gentlemen? Decimal method. So the easiest way to figure out what you're saving is the original price multiplied by the discounted percentage as a decimal. 0.15. Nobody has calculators yet, or they shouldn't, and there should not be devices open. So, using a calculator, 20 times 0.15 gives me this. So how much is my discount, ladies and gentlemen? $3. I'm going to save $3. So that was the first part of your question, was how much are you saving? I'm saving $3. So my second part is, how much am I paying total? With the information I gave you, how much am I paying for that shirt? Okay, how did you guys figure that out? Quiet hands. Ace.
If you're saving $3 and the original price is 20, you just go subtract 3, 20 minus 3.
There you go. So remember, your problems are word problems, so they deserve what? A sentence as an answer, or a few sentences. The question was, the shirt normally costs $20. It's on sale 15% off. They ask you how much do you save and how much are you paying for the shirt. There is no format to it. There's no part is percent of whole where every last one of you is going to have the same answer. You're going to use different words. So what I would have said was, I saved $3 and I paid $17 for the shirt. Something like that. You could have been like, well, it's $3 off, so I paid $17 or something like that. As long as it's a sentence and you give me the correct numbers and you showed me the correct math, you're good. Again, you need to write down what you did, show your work. Okay, now let me work backwards and show you something different. Now I want to save time, okay? So you found what 15% of 20 was, then you subtracted it from the original price, right? What if the question said they don't care about how much you save, they just want to know how much you're paying for the shirt? Period. That's all they want. How much are you going to pay for this shirt now that it's on sale? This is how you do this. The 15 is still our discount. Okay, we all understand that? This is the original price. The original price is represented by 100%. If I bought it off sale, not on sale, I'd pay the whole price or 100%, right? But if it's 15% off, I'm not paying 15% of it. What's 100 minus 15, ladies and gentlemen?
85.
So you are in charge of paying 85% of the price. This step gets you straight to what you're paying. Okay? This gets you straight to what you're paying. So again, when there's a discount, the original price is 100%. You subtract what the discounted percentage is. That's what you're responsible for paying. So for example, if I'm going to go into a store and something's 25% off, what percent am I paying of that original price? If it's 25% off, 75. 100 minus 25 is? So I'm paying 75% of that price. So because this shirt is 15% off, I'm subtracting 15 from 100. That's 85. So I'm going to find out what 85% of 20 is. That'll be 20 multiplied by 0.85. If I do that in a calculator, what did we pay for the shirt, you guys said? $17? Okay, watch. 20 times 0.85, 17. That gets me straight to what my sale price is, or what I'm paying for it. That's gum scraping at lunch, don't forget. Who did I catch yesterday? Doesn't matter. You're not supposed to be chewing on stuff. Who did I catch yesterday?
What?
No, it wasn't this class. Oh, well. We'll figure it out later. What was it? We'll talk later.
Carlos.
Shh, it wasn't Carlos. Hey, look at all of you guys bullying Carlos is on the video now. Okay. So, do we understand how we can find the direct price if that's what they're asking? Okay, now I'm going to give you guys a challenge question. Every group leader, go grab a calculator. Go. Was he group leader at that group? Was Esteban group leader over there? Who's group leader? You? I went. You're a group leader? Okay. Just making sure. Okay. Here's the scenario. Here's the question. I'm not going to write out the whole text. Make sure that devices are put away. Here's what I want. Here's your scenario, and I know it's not realistic because Nintendo never has sales. So, the Switch 2 costs $499.99. And yes, this is a tactic that stores use. Instead of just saying it's $500, they do the $99.99 garbage because it looks better. Like, it's not. It's still $500. So, unfortunately for our math, we're going to use the $499.99. We're not using $500. Okay? You'll see what happens when you do the math. There's a sale going on at 17% off. What I want to know is this. I want to know, 1, how much you're saving, and 2, how much are you paying for the entire system? Okay? With your group. Go. And I'm going to pause this so that whoever sees the recording doesn't have to see a long pause. Okay, so what we asked was the following. We asked, what do you save on this system, and then how much you paid. So there was two ways you could have done this. You could have done the 100% minus 17% and figured out what you paid immediately. The easier way would have been this. Group 4 did this. They jumped the 17% decimal twice and did 499.99 times 0.17. This is going to get me my what? When I do this math, this is going to get me my what, ladies and gentlemen? Or my, what's the word I'm looking for? It's discount. It's going to give me how much I saved, basically. Okay? So, let's do that. 499.99 times 0.17. Okay, but here's our issue. We're dealing with money. Group 4, what did we talk about? How many decimals, how many numbers should be after a decimal? 2. Okay, so basically I have 84.99, but then I have 83 next to it. This 8, this number right next to the second digit after the decimal will tell me if I round up or down. That's an 8, ladies and gentlemen, so I have to round. Okay, this is where it gets confusing. Because these are 9s, there's a bunch of jumps that need to happen. This 8 tells me to round up, so that 9 becomes 10. Then I have to carry the 1, which means that 9 becomes, which means I have to carry the 1, which means that 4 becomes. Okay, the easier way to think about it is this. If that's 84.99 and I have to round up 1 more cent, that 84.99 just becomes. So that's an easier way to think of it. Let's not do the Darth Vader while I'm recording. Okay, so you are saving $85. That's the first part of the question, was they asked you how much do you save. Now, Sophie, how can I find out what my total price is? Subtract what from what? So remember, my first price, my original price was, and make sure we enter all of it, was $499.99. You have to enter the whole thing. And we are going to subtract the $85 that we saved on it. That gives me, ladies and gentlemen. Now, hang on. So Raul's already jumping to round. Did the question say round to the nearest dollar? Did I say that when I give directions? No. Now, if the question did say that, then yeah, you'd be right. It'd be about $415. But it didn't say to round up. Nowhere did it say round to the nearest dollar. So my answer is $414.99. It is a word problem, so it deserves a word answer. So I would say something like, I saved $85 and I paid $414.99 for the system. That's it. The other way I could have done this is this. Yes?
So, you still do the first 4 numbers? Like if you get a big number, you still do the first 4?
No, because that's if I jump, that's turning the percent back. We're not turning a percent back. We're dealing with money. So what we need to do is we just need the first 2 after a decimal. Because remember, in cents, it's always in hundreds, right? So when I did this, I'll go back to I know what he's talking about. So when we did the 99 times 0.17, we got this. We're dealing with money. How much did you save is what the question was. I can't say that I saved $84.9983 cents. Cents are only 2 digits, right? So I'm not going to say $84.99. I'm going to have to round. This digit is the one that tells me if I round up or down. When it comes to money, if there's a third number after a decimal, that's the one that's going to tell you to round up or down. Since this is an 8, I have to round up. Since this is $84.99, the 9 next door becomes 10, so I have to carry the 1 over there. Then that 9 becomes 10, carry the 1 again, and then that becomes 5. So it's 85. So it technically becomes 85.00, which is just 85. So that's why we rounded this up to 85. So we saved $85. Okay? And then you subtracted the 85 from the $49.99, which we got 400. Remind me, what was it? $414.99? Okay. Now, one group did ask one question. Really quick, what was your question? Why didn't I do what? Because that's not what the price was. We didn't have to round. We wanted the exact math. Because again, when you go buy things, places do this. They do this. So ask the consumer or ask the companies why they don't just round it up. I'm not even kidding. When you go look at prices, notice how many of them are something that ends in a 9.99. There's a bunch of them that do this. Yeah, it's really dumb. Now, back group, are you going to ask about sales tax? What were you going to ask about?
I missed the part when you rounded it.
Why we rounded up?
The 84.
The 84. Did you see it or no? You missed it? We have to round up because it's asking how much we saved. So again, $499.99 times 0.17 gave us this, right? I can't say I saved $84.9983. So this is where the money should end. This 8 tells me if I round up or down. I round up. That 9 becomes a 10, so I have to carry the 1. That 9 also becomes a 10 when I carry the 1, so I carry it over here, so that becomes a 5. So it's 85.00 at that point, or just $85. Make sense? Okay. Now, group 3 did ask a question, because it's a real world example. They asked, what about sales tax? Okay. This you need to add into your notes. And I'm going to type up some words. Okay, sales tax is only calculated after the discount. So if this was a real world example, and that actually happened in our town, and I'm not going to say our town because other people watch these videos, so just a heads up, we're not name dropping cities. So if this happened in our town sales tax is how much, ladies and gentlemen? 9%. So what happens is this, sales tax is only calculated after the discount. They have to tax you on how much money you are spending, not on the original price. If anybody taxes you on the original price and then gives you a discount and gives you the tax on the original price, it is illegal. Don't let them do that. So basically what would happen is this. What was our price that we paid, ladies and gentlemen? $414.99, right? So it was $414.99. Okay, that's what I paid after the discount. Now let's pretend it happened here. Our sales tax is what, ladies and gentlemen? Now what I would do is this. Depending on what the question asks, I can figure out what 9% of this is, then add it to it. Or I can do what I did last lesson and make it 109% to find out my total price, right? Because remember, when you make it 100 and whatever percent, this is this price added with this tax. For this example, let's just find out what the sales tax would be on this. Just the sales tax, okay? So this would become 0.09. Let's get our calculator. 414.99 times 0.09. Now we got to round this. What would I round this to, ladies and gentlemen? First two digits, that's a...
30.
What number is that?
34.
That's a 9. So that rounds up to?
10.
Nope, what's the number next to it?
4.
So that rounds up to? 5. So that's $37.35 is what I would be paying in sales tax. $37.35 is what I would be paying in sales tax on top of it. Then I just add it to the 414. 414.99 plus 37.35 gives me this. So I'm paying, if this sale was for real, and I'm paying it here with the sales tax, $452.34. Now, that's me finding the sales tax and then adding it to it. Let's not do that. Watch what happens when I do this. So I found my discounted rate, yes? That's my discounted rate. Now I need to pay 9% sales tax. Told you guys the rule. 109% of this price is what I'm paying. Decimal 1, 2. Now I'm going to multiply 414.99 by 1.09. That gives me this. That 9 tells me to round that 3 up, right? That 3 will become what? 4. So it's $452.34. Isn't that what I just got beforehand? I got a different one? What did I get beforehand?
But you have to round it up. So
Well, hang on. So let's go back and check. So I did this, right? 0.99 times 0.09 gave me this. Oh, okay. And then we rounded this up to 35. Okay, that's weird. That's interesting. So 37, hang on, 37.35, right? 37.35 plus 14.99. Isn't that what I just got? This is what I just got, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, pause. Remember this number. Okay, hang on. No, just remember this number. Did I do something wrong?
wait, what are we doing right now?
Okay, let me reset. Watch. This is the total price of the system on discount, yes? I want to find out what 9% of the sales tax is. 0.09. We round this up to 37.35. Does everybody understand that? Okay. 37.35 plus the 414.99 gives me this. Write this down for me, please. Write this down. $452.34. Okay? That was with me finding the sales tax, rounding it, and then adding it to it. Now, did you guys write this down? Now, let's not do the find the sales tax and add it. Let's just find the total price. That's when I do $14.99. And instead of multiplying it by 0.09 or 0.09, I add the 100%, so it becomes 1.09. This gives me my total price plus the sales tax, okay? When I hit enter, I get this. It's off by $1? Okay, but look at this. There's a 9 next to it, right? So this makes this 3 round up to. So is that what you guys wrote down? $452.34? So then we did the math correctly. Okay? So that's just how it shows you to be able to get it with sales tax and the total price immediately. So again, just to recap, sales tax only comes after the discount has been applied. Are we clear? This is real life stuff. So if you ever buy something on sale, you're going to be taxed on the sales price, not on the original price. Okay. Let's do one example. You and your group are going to do this one example. We have a few minutes. Okay, here's the example. And this does involve sales tax. So we're going to do the sales tax when, ladies and gentlemen? After the discount. So let me read the question carefully. A boogie board that has a regular price of $69 is on sale at a 35% discount. Okay, let's do the math right now. If it's on sale for 35%, what percentage of that price are you paying? What's 100 minus 35, ladies and gentlemen? So you're paying 65% of the original price. So you would do 69 times 0.65 to figure out what the sales price is, right? After you figure that out, then there's a 7% sales tax. You're going to tax the sales price, not the original price. Okay? So this is a 2-step. I'm going to tell you guys right now, what I did was this earlier. I did this. So again, $69 is the original price. It's on sale for 35% off, right? 100 minus 35 is what again, ladies and gentlemen? 65? And what I wanted to do with that 65 was add the 7% sales tax to it immediately. What I ended up getting was 72%. This is wrong. Because what I did when I added the 7% was I was taxing the original price instead of the new price. So don't try to add the sales tax in. It has to be 2 steps. You have to figure out what your discounted price is. Then you need to find the 7% of that or whatever the sales tax is of that one. Okay? So here's your math. You guys walked me through it already. The original price is $69. You are responsible for paying how much of this? What percent? 35 is a discount. How much are you paying?
65.
You're paying 65%. So what are you multiplying 69 by, ladies and gentlemen? 0.65. Figure out whatever that equals. If you have to round it. And then you should be multiplying that answer by what? If it's a 7% sales tax, you should be... Hang on. You multiplying it by 0.07 is just finding the sales tax. Then you got to add it. What's the shortcut? 1.07. That'll give you your total price. So with your group, go. Okay, so let me explain the breakdown again before we go. Again, the original price of the boogie board was $69. The sale was 35% off. We all understand this, yes?
Yes.
Basically, this represents 100%. That's a price. If it's 35% off, we're subtracting 35 from 100. We get 65. We are paying 65% of the original price. So what I'm going to do now is 69 times 65 as a decimal, 0.65. When I do that, that gets me my sales price. Stop. With your calculators, you guys tell me what this equals. What is 69 times 0.65? Everybody again? 44. Exactly. Okay. This is how much the boogie board costs on sale. But we live in the real world. Now I have to pay sales tax. So, sales tax is 7%. We're going to add 7% of this price, not of the other price, of that price. So what I can do is this. I can multiply it by 7 as a decimal, but what I'm going to get is the sales tax, and I have to add it. Instead of doing that, this is 100% of the new price, plus 7% of the tax. Multiply 44.85 by 107 as a decimal. Jump it twice, 1.07. When I put that in a calculator, $44.85 times 1.07. And remember, adding the 100 to it makes it to where the new price, I should say, not the original, the new price is part of it. I get this. This is a problem because money is supposed to end in how many numbers after a decimal? 2. So, this 98, this is a 9 next door. That 9 tells me I need to round. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to round. So that 98 becomes. So, I am paying $47.99 out the door. So my answer should be this. So we'll go back to what the question asked. The question asked, what is the sales price with 7% tax? If we look at theirs, they said the exact same thing we did. This is the example of the answer they gave. Ladies and gentlemen, if the alarm goes off, what are you supposed to do? Okay, then do that, please. The sales price of the boogie board, including tax, is $47.99. Doesn't have to look like this. You could have said, I paid $47.99 with everything, or with tax included, something like that. Are we clear? Okay, that's the whole lesson with your homework. All of your homework. I did not say pack up yet. On the mic, too, guys. On the mic. Find the sale price to the nearest cent. It doesn't care how much you save. This homework just wants what you are paying when you leave. Also notice, I don't think any of them have sales tax added. So just a heads up. Just for the homework. But on your test, I will give you a question like the one we just did. I will. And remember, before we leave, sales tax is always calculated, ladies and gentlemen, after the discount. Please remember that, because that's a real life lesson. That's not just a math lesson. That's legit real life. It's illegal. Them taxing you on the original price instead of what you're paying. Okay. We're ending the video here.